Okay, today we're doing a chickpea curry. Using this Indian curry powder that I have. It's more of a red curry instead of the normal or the Jamaican yellow curry. We have a can of chickpeas, rinsed and drained. We have some cauliflower, leftover cauliflower we'll be using, some minced garlic, Scott bonnet pepper, and some dried thyme. We have our pan already heated, and we're ready to go. We're ready to go. Okay, so we're going to pour some grapeseed oil in the pan. It's about 2 tablespoons of grapeseed oil. And we are going to throw in our minced garlic, thyme, and Scott bonnet pepper. I have about a tablespoon of minced garlic, about a teaspoon of dried thyme, and maybe a teaspoon of Scott bonnet pepper, but you season or use that by your spice level. Bless me. That's that Scott bonnet pepper doing what it do. And we're gonna let the aromas cook. Once you start smelling the different aromas, that lets you know that you're pretty much there. That's about a minute. Then we'll follow that with some onions, and these are my fresh and prepped and frozen onions, so they're gonna give us a little sizzle. So basically we're just going with your normal curry, but we're using chickpeas. Chickpeas is our protein for today. Alright, so our onions are translucent, as they would say. And this is when we want to throw in our spices. Toast our spices. So this is when I add my curry. And this is where you will season to taste. I'm going to start with like a tablespoon of curry. Have this curry. I'm going to take this top off so I can get to it better. So about a tablespoon. Get the curry tossed up. Okay, followed by some tomatoes. Maybe that's about a small tomato. I'm going to pour in a little bit of vegetable broth to deglaze my pan. This is my homemade vegetable broth. Put a little bit in there. We're just going to let the tomatoes cook a little bit, about 5 minutes. Then we'll add our chickpeas. Alexa, stop. We have some roasted carrots in the oven. Let's get those out. Okay, so our tomatoes are cooking. This time I'm going to add my chickpeas. I'm using 1 can of chickpeas, and that's because I have so many other things that's going into this pot. The tomatoes, the cauliflower. If you want more chickpeas, then you can add more. Bringing it up a little bit. I'm going to add some more vegetable broth in here. Gonna need a little bit more. Now, how much was that? I do not know. I don't know, but we're gonna bring that up. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper to this. Pinch of pepper. Because we got this Scott bonnet in there already. And a pinch of salt. We're going to bring this up to a boil, and then we're going to let it simmer for about 20 minutes. Or actually, we'll let it, the total time will be about 20 minutes for the chickpeas. We're going to let it simmer for about 10 minutes, then we'll add our cauliflower. I'm gonna just give it a little taste, make sure we good. The flavors is what I would like them to be after adding that broth. It is spicy. I think I need a little bit more of my a little bit more of the curry powder. Not tasting much curry there. Okay, those spices is getting in my throat. Alexa, stop. That's the timer for the carrots. Second timer. I don't know. They weren't quite where I wanted them to be. And we're going to get them out the oven. Got a little bit of roasted carrots going on. I just wanted them roasted. I didn't really want to throw them in the curry for some reason. I don't know. Just some leftover carrots roasted, the tricolor. All right, so that's coming to a boil. See what it tastes like. Okay. Tasting more of the curry. oil, and we're going to let this simmer for about 10 minutes, and then we'll add our cauliflower and simmer for 10 more minutes, or to the tenderness that you would like for your chickpeas. Also cauliflower. Alexa, set timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
Alexa, stop. So our chickpeas have been simmering for 10 minutes now. Smelling very curry and spicy. Now we're going to add our cauliflower. And I know you like, when do we add cauliflower to curry? But we're going for more of an Indian curry here, so that's what we doing. That's what we doing here. Let this cauliflower seep in all these good flavors. We're gonna bring that back up, because at this time I actually want to put a little thickener in it, because I want my gravy to be more thick, to be able to go on to some rice. So we're gonna do a little flour slurry, as they call it. So let me get a little bit of this broth. So we're gonna bring this back up, get a little bit of the broth. Let's see, that's not how I want it. I want it to be thick. Ooh. But we want to use the same flavor. Let me get a better spoon. Spoon that I can actually scoop with. Where's the scoop spoon? Alright, here we go. And I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of cornstarch to this, and we're going to make a little slurry so we can thicken that thing up. So we have our broth. I'll just mix that up. Get this well incorporated. And you want to bring your heat back up, because you want your liquid to be actually boiling. And then we'll let the broccoli simmer down. Cauliflower, not broccoli. Sorry, cauliflower. Let the cauliflower simmer for about 5 minutes, and then we're actually going to add some greens. And we're going to add some bok choy. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So we got that mixed up. in there. Get us some thickness going on. Get some thickness. Ooh, what I smell? Something smell kind of sweet. Smell like I smell like cinnamon or something. Alright, get this thing thickening it. Oh, I think that's the cauliflower. Give it that sweetness too. Oh, this is looking mighty good. Okay, that's much better. Chickpea curry. You see him. You see him. Okay, so our heat is back up. I'm gonna take that back down to a simmer for 5 minutes. Alexa, set timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, starting now.
Alexa, stop. All right, that's our time. It's been 5 minutes. It's time to add some greens. I have some bok choy that's chopped up. We're gonna add some of that just to get us a little bit of greens in this dish. See what we're working with. Smell good. It's rolling, still looking nice. Gravy is thick. I got some sweetness, just sweet spices. That's what I think the Indian curry is, just a little more, got a little more sweeter spices like cinnamon and such. Has a totally different fragrance than the Jamaican curry. So I'm just gonna add. I have some prep bok choy. This is the leafy kind. I forgot the name of this one because there's so many different ones. I'm really trying to get the green and not somewhere or the stalk. This is very leafy. It has a small, very leafy. It has a small white stalk to it, but it's more leaf than stalk compared to the baby bok choy or the long bok choy. So we're gonna get a little bit of green up in there. That should be good. Bam! Can't have too much green. Can't have too much green. Alright. Let's get that mixed in. And you know, that should just wilt up. As you can see, it's already doing that. Might want to add some more. Do I want more green? I think I want a little bit more green. I think I want a little bit more green in my curry. Just a little bit more. Then we'll check our, take that stock out. I don't want no stock in there. Just green leaf. And every time you add something, you pretty much want to check your seasoning. Because I'm sure all this is going to be taken away from something, maybe. This is looking pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty nice. Indian curry we got going on. Chickpea curry. Let's see. If our flavor is still there. Gonna bring it back up. It's still there. I want to add, it tastes like I need to add something. Or maybe not, because it's hitting me after the fact. Okay, I'm going to just let it be. Because these got those flavors that hit you later, like that pepper. Alright, so got our greens in. That didn't take no time to wilt up. We're gonna go for at least about 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes on the simmer. Alexa, set timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, starting now.
Turn it back down. Alexa, stop. Okay, so that's another 5 minutes on our curry. See what we're looking like. Let's see what we're looking like. Looking pretty good. It's looking very thick. You know, our chickpeas were already done, so, you know, pretty much just cooking the flavors in. Chickpeas have their own texture. It's not a soft bean, so it's not a mushy bean. It has texture to it, and it looks like our cauliflower is tender. Just check and make sure the spices are where we want them to be, which I think they are. Spices are still there. We have our tenderness on our cauliflower. We are done. Let me see what this chickpea tastes like. That's the one thing I haven't tried. Tender. I must say I have not tasted tender chickpea because I have not cooked them in this type of way. But chickpeas are tender. I would say that this is done. We are ready to be plated. Bring you in so you can see what this chickpea curry or curry chickpea is looking like. We have our chickpea curry. I'm gonna bring you in. I'm gonna just turn that off because that's done. Bring you in so you can see what we're looking like here. Very colorful Indian curry of some sorts. All right, let's get this thing plated. Okay, so we're bringing you in on a chickpea curry. We have our roasted tricolor carrots on the side. We got some basmati rice that you can barely see that's buried under that curry. And I just want to bring you in so you can take a full and good look at that curry, chickpea curry, from all angles. From all angles. And for me to get my pictures, of course. That's pretty. All right. We got that curry plated. Let's get into it. I've been tasting it through the cooking process, so let's get into it. That's good. The chickpeas are tender. As I stated, this is pea has a texture. It's not mushy, but this is the first time I really cooked the chickpea. Other times I use it in veggie burgers or scrambles or chickpea tuna, and you pretty much keep the natural texture of it from the can. But with this, it has cooked down, made it tender, even though it's still formed. It's tender for a chickpea. And then we have the bok choy in there and the tomatoes, cauliflower. And I topped it with that fresh cilantro. And I can taste that Scott bunny pepper in there. It's turned out pretty good. So this was more of a Indian curry. Oh, let me taste these. My roasted carrots. I wanted the carrots on the side instead of within the dish this time. You know, usually with curry, you may have put the carrot in the dish. And I'm glad I did not, because that's roasted is a whole different taste. Bring out that sweetness of that carrot. This is good. Cauliflower. Doing what it do. Everything came together pretty good. You got the bok choy, you got the greens, you got your white rice, your proteins. This was a success.